Hello, dear CA Inter student. Welcome to the chapter-wise MCQ discussion series where we are discussing all the important MCQs from the exam point of view. Up till now, we have discussed MCQs from the chapter basics of companies, prospectus, allotment, share capital, debentures, type for companies, etc. In today's session, we are going to discuss MCQs from the chapter deposits and registration of charge. In case you have missed the earlier discussion videos, then you can go to the description box. I have mentioned the link of all the previous sessions. Okay? You will find these MCQs in the blog section of my website, capreetyagarwal.com. So visit my website, capreetyagarwal.com. Go to the blog section. Okay, so we have lectures for CA Inter, we have regular lectures, fast track lectures for CA Inter, CA Foundation, books, etc. After that, just go to the blog section. You just click on the blog section and you will be able to see the MCQs chapter wise. Okay, so basics of companies, prospectus, share capital, debentures, and eventually we will also be uploading the MCQs from the chapter that we discussed today, registration of charges and deposit. In that blog, we have also mentioned link of the video. So in case you are planning to solve these questions later and you want the discussion video, so at the bottom you will find the discussion video. Just click on it and you will be directed to this to the YouTube video. Okay, so go to the blog section of my website and you will find all the MCQs over there. So today we are going to discuss the MCQs from our chapter deposits and registration of charge. Let's get started. The first question which I have identified, now this is my MCQ smart book which you get free with my compiler. My compiler is a compilation of all the past exam questions, study material, RTP, MTV questions arranged unit wise with proper answers like provisions, facts, analysis, conclusion. I also have a separate product where we discuss each and every question from the compiler. I will leave a link in the description box. So you can purchase the compiler as well as the discussion of all the questions from the compiler. Compiler is a detailed question bank. It has all the past MCQ, MTPs, RTP questions, study material question, past exam questions. So you will find everything in my compiler. Okay, it can be purchased from my website capreetyagarwal.com, and this MCQ smart book is free with the compiler. Okay, so this is the compiler which you can purchase separately. It has questions plus proper answers. So we have divided the answer into provisions, facts, analysis, and conclusion. So you will know how to start, what to write, how to end the answer. The notes which you see over here, these are my lecture notes. In my regular lectures also, I discuss each and every question from the compiler after discussing a chapter. Okay, so these are my lecture notes. We have discussed each and every question in my regular lectures. Plus a separate product is also available where you can purchase just the compiler discussion. Okay, I'm leaving all the links in the description. Let's get started. The first question for today is question 10. Now, I'll give you one exercise. You just pause this video. Okay, pause this video. Go to the blog section of my website. Okay, again, link is in the description. Just go to the blog section. First, try to attempt these MCQs on your own. Okay, and then you watch the discussion video. I'm very sure you will feel the difference. Okay, so when you start solving things on your own, your confidence will increase and slowly you will also start working on your mistakes. All right. So I sincerely urge you to first solve these questions on your own and then watch the discussion video. All right. Okay, I'm assuming you have done that. Question 10 from my book I have identified and I have provided a list. So the company owns a plot which was mortgaged. Okay, this is a question from registration of charge. The first loan installment was released immediately after the loan. And is it necessary for the company to register the charge? Because they've already registered it with the central registry. So after registering it with them, is it still compulsory to register with the ROC? Yes, of course. Every charge must be registered. So your correct option is option B. Okay, did you click this? Click whatever I say. Did you also select this option? Yes, okay. The next question which I have identified is question 11 from my smart book. With a view to augment its production, the company availed a loan of 50 lakhs from the bank, and the company did not initiate any steps to get the charge registered. As soon as they came to know about the non-registration with the ROC, it applied for the registration. Now, please note that the company availed loan from the bank. Okay, so Surya is the borrower and bank is the lender. So the bank is the charge holder. Okay, they are holding the charge. Now, ideally, the company should have registered the charge with the ROC. It is created on their asset, but they failed to do so. As soon as the bank came to know about the non-registration, it applied to the registrar to get the instrument registered. Okay, now section 78. Immediately, you should start recalling the provisions. Okay, section 78 of the Companies Act, which talks about an application which is made by the charge holder. Okay, an application for registration of charge is made by the charge holder. Then in that case, yes, if the company is not registering the charge, then the charge holder can register it. But there are costs involved in registration. Now, if you commit a delay, you may have to pay some additional fees. So all that can be recovered from the company. So your correct option is option A. We have applied the provisions of section 78. The next question which I have chosen is question 12 from my smart book. This book is free with a compiler. Okay, you will get a smart book that is a PDF, printable PDF, and you can solve it directly from it. A charge was created by the company and the instrument was executed by both the parties. However, the company could not register it within the statutory period. Now, wait. The charge is created in the year 2019. It means it is after 2nd of November 2018. Okay, so the provisions will apply accordingly. Now, they have not registered it. Advise the company. They don't want to pay any ad valorem fees. So, yes, within what time should they register? They should register it within 60 days from the date of creation. Ideally, the charge should be registered within 30 days, but if you don't, then we give you another 30 days. So total 60 days from the creation on payment of additional fees. Okay, so by paying additional fees, you can get the charge registered. Now it is created on 16th of February. 60 days is approximately 2 months. Yes, so the correct answer is 17th of April 2019. Okay, if you commit another delay, then we will give you additional 60 days. Okay, from here we will give you additional 60 days and then you can register the charge on payment of the ad valorem fees. Ad valorem means depending upon the amount of the charge that you have not registered, so that percentage will be applied on that amount. That is ad valorem. So option B is the correct answer. Then next question 13. The company was sanctioned the loan as a security. They offered the office premises. The company failed to register the charge and now they want to register it. So they will have to pay ad valorem. Okay. So yes, if you fail to register the charge, we will give you 60 days from the creation. Otherwise, on payment of additional fees, or you can pay it again within 60 days, within next 60 days on payment of the ad valorem. Next question which I have identified is question 26. Every company shall pay a penal rate. This was a direct question, simple question, 18% if you do not repay the deposits. Okay, this is a very simple, straightforward question. Then question 29. Okay, this was a nice question. Okay, mark this as important for exam. It is expected. Okay, mark this as important. What answer did you get? Yes, 6. Yes, you cannot issue deposits which are maturing before 6 months, maximum 36 months. However, under certain circumstances, we can issue deposits, or we can accept money through the issue of accept money through deposits less than 6 months, only under certain conditions. But minimum is 3 months. Yes, it is possible to accept deposits which are repayable less than 6 months, but you should accept it for at least 3 months. So that option is not given here. So as per the sentence formation, the correct option is 6, 36 and 6. It was a very nice question. So I think you should highlight this question. The next question from my MCQ book is question 44. And a reserve account, very simple question. Other than repayment is the deposit repayment reserve account. This was very simple one. The deposits are not payable earlier than 6 months. Now, this also is important. Ma'am, can't we select 3 months? But that is only under exceptional circumstances, not normal circumstances. So normally you cannot accept it for below 6. The company, okay, has accepted deposits from members. How much should be kept aside? That is at least 20% of the deposits maturing during the following financial year. Next, I have highlighted this question. Okay, the register must be maintained within 8 years from the date it was the latest entry was made. Again, simple direct question. I'm solving it quickly because I'm assuming that you have already solved it on your own by going to the blog section of my website. Okay, the company accepted deposits worth ₹50 lakh from the public on 1st of April for a period of this. We had solved in the lectures also, if you remember. Yes, in my regular lectures, I had covered this MCQ. So, yes, you had accepted on 1st April 2019. And the repayment was to be made on 31st of March 2021. The interest was 9%. One of the depositors, he went for premature repayment on 1st June 2020 itself. Okay, so how much will he get? Now, in case of premature payment of deposits, your interest will be reduced by 1%. But for what duration will you get that interest? So see, the year over here ends on 1st April 2019 to 31st of March 2020. Okay. Now he requested for repayment on 1st June 2020. So yes, he will get interest for 12 months. Okay, I agree for 12 months. But will he also get for April and May? Will he get for this additional 2 months? Now, law says because this duration is less than 6 months, it is to be ignored. If it was for more than 6 months, then he would have got interest for the full year. But because it is less than 6 months, so this period will be ignored. So my correct option is option C. He will get interest from 1st April to 31st of March 2020. The next question is this. This is also important for exam. Please highlight this as important for exam. The company decides to raise deposits. They partially secure the deposit. It is considered as unsecured. Okay. So no security or partially secured, both are considered as unsecured deposit. Okay, both are unsecured. Now, next question is 50. Ruchita wants to renew, and yes, even before her deposit matures, she can, provided the period is longer than the unexpired period. Direct question. Person acquiring a property on which charge is created will be deemed to have notice from the date of registration. This is nothing but constructive notice. So we assume that you are aware right from the time the charge was registered. You cannot say, oh, I was not aware that the company has registered a charge. There is a charge created. I was not, cannot say that. Okay, so these were the questions which I have identified. Yes. And you will also find these questions in the blog section in case you have missed the earlier videos. I'm leaving a link in the description. Students, we provide lectures for CA Foundation, CA Inter, as well as PMA. So please visit my website capreetyagarwal.com for books, lectures, and test series. And stay tuned. Keep watching this channel and subscribe in case you haven't subscribed up till now. So please subscribe because we are going to come up with MCQs for the other chapters also. Hit the bell icon so that you get a notification for the same and you don't miss out on those MCQs. MCQs are very scoring. Okay, you have 30 marks of MCQs. So if you get, let's say, on the lower side, if I consider at least 25, so you need to get just 15 more marks to pass the exam from the theory section, which is very much possible. Okay, so getting maximum marks in MCQ is our priority. This will also help you to get exemption. I don't want to just talk about getting 40 marks. My aim is that all my students should get more than 60. Okay, at least 60. So for exemption, we are working hard and solving all the MCQs. I hope you are able to solve them on your own, or the students who have taken my lectures. Yes, we had also discussed many MCQs in the class itself. And the smart book is available, which has case scenario questions also. Solve all of them because I'm telling you, questions in your paper will be from those notes only. Okay. All right, students, I'll take your leave. I'll see you next time. And you please be prepared with chapter management and administration. I'll see you there.